The sun was still rising as the cyclists signed in, their bikes prepped, bags packed and poppies on display, ready for this year's pedal to Paris. Over the next 4 days, hundreds will cover the 280-mile journey to raise money for the Royal British Legion, an event that keeps growing and that's now in its 20th year.
It is the most extraordinary event for the Royal British Legion because, you know, we've got about 250 cyclists coming in here who are going to give up 4 days of their life to try and get to Paris. Got a lot of people for whom they've never done anything like this in their lives. You know, it's an enormous challenge for them. And they will be raising about £500,000 for the Legion in doing it. So it's a fantastic opportunity.
Many ex-forces personnel are among those taking part, including David Bower, who served in the Scots Guards for 22 years before retraining as a London taxi driver.
It's because of the camaraderie and the spirit. Everybody gels together and it's a fantastic, well-organised ride. There's no other ride like it. When I left the army, I studied to be a London cab driver. The Royal British Legion sponsored me. So now it's time to put everything back in. And I hope the people that I put it back in for benefit the same as I do.
For many, this is a challenge, but it's one many repeat year after year, even against all the odds. Paul Doherty is blind, but he's joining his tandem partner, Mike Caveney, for their second attempt.
When you first ride a tandem, there's lots and lots of communication, but now we've been riding that long that it's just instinctive. You know, the only thing I've got to tell him is if there's something unusual in the road, like road blockages or something like that, or I sometimes tell him when there's a bump coming so he can prepare. But if he's annoyed me, I don't tell him.
The event is open to all ages. The youngest is 17, the oldest is in his 70s. But everyone's motivation is unique.
We lost a Herc in Iraq, lots of my friends, and they were shot down January 05. And when I went to the funerals, there were so many children left behind that I thought, who's going to look after them if they need help? So I joined the Legion, and there was this thing about pedal to Paris, and I thought, oh, I'll have a go at that.
The route is certainly not without its challenges. Plenty of hills and punctures lie ahead of them. But first off, they have to navigate their way out of London. Well, in a moment, these cyclists will soon set off, cycling through Kent over to Calais. And over the next 3 days, they'll be working through France, going through the Picardy region en route to the capital, Paris. This is one of the few cycling events which will see the Arc de Triomphe closed to celebrate their arrival at the finish.
And we're off!
The 4 days won't be easy, but group support is on hand. And setting off together, turning their back on the Thames. Their focus is now on France and that finish line ahead. Carla Prater, Forces News at Greenwich in London.